My name's Shaquan, but a lot of people know me by my other name, Mad Skillz. I'm an MC.
My name is Mad Skillz. Paris, make some noise.
I'm a DJ.
Oh, yeah.
I'm a ghostwriter for some of your favorite rappers. I'm not about to tell you who, though. But most importantly, I'm a hip-hop enthusiast. Hip-hop confessions is raw, unfiltered conversations with my friends revealing things that they didn't like, never knew about,
I don't know.
or never got into about hip-hop culture. So sit back.
Oh, come on, y'all.
Turn up the volume.
Hip-hop.
And listen to hip-hop confessions. Because everybody's got one.
Here's a little story that must be told.
And it goes a little something like this.
Yo, what's up, y'all? This your boy, Mad Skillz. We are back, and this is Hip Hop Confessions. How y'all feeling? Y'all doing good? Good. Let's get straight to the shits. I got two people in the house that are very good friends of mine. And I've been saying that a lot because I usually do bring friends on the show. I mean, that's what the show is for. You bring friends. I ain't going to bring nobody I don't like, but we'll get away from that. But I got two friends in the show today. Two industry giants. I've known both of these dudes for over, I ain't even known you that long. Like, we just met within like the last year.
Is that true? I think we know each other, but we just didn't know each other.
Yeah, like I've known who you were, but we never really met.
But that's because you was offended at Common. Okay, look on ahead.
Wow. So, ladies and gentlemen, to my right, I have Chicago legend, producer extraordinaire. I don't know what else to say about you, man. Listen, you've done janitor. You've done songs for God knows everybody, from Hove down to Common to Kanye West. Yeah, you know. Don't do that, KP. Damn, I just let the second guess out. Ladies and gentlemen, to my right, I have none other than No I.D in the building. Y'all give it up for him. Make some noise for him. Clap for yourself, sir.
Clap.
Damn. You all right? How you feel?
Amazing.
Thank you for coming.
Oh yeah.
KP with the DJ ad libs. And to my left, I have a industry veteran as well, A&R extraordinaire. DJ, be great. I mean, he's known for putting together some of the best people to the best songs that you've ever heard in your life. Come from a place that has changed the hip hop scene 3, 4, 5, 6 times over. Y'all give it up for Kawan Prather, KP the Great in the building one time.
I'm sorry, I brought all my shit with me.
KP, how you feeling, brother? You good?
Hey, I told you. I can't
How you doing, sir?
I'm awesome, bro.
Good,
Blessed
good.
and highly favored.
Yes. So listen, man, I have both of y'all in here. Before we even get to the confessions, I have a couple things just as a fan that I'm very interested in knowing. No I.D, you produced probably one of my favorite songs of all time.
That's strong.
It was one song that you know how you hear a song, you wish you made it as a rapper. You know what I'm saying? Like, you produced I Used to Love Her for Common. And that song changed. That was probably the first time I heard a MC speak about hip hop as a woman. I mean, people had done it before, personify hip hop as a girl, but nobody did it like that.
They made a relationship.
He made it like, and it covered everything from going to the West Coast to coming back. Like,
bitch.
Like, he did some. Listen, bro, that song changed a lot of us. And even for Common, I was kind of the same type of MC, but I wasn't signed. So the reason why I used to get pissed at Common, because Common was signed. And then I would hear punchlines that I ain't get a chance to use yet. You know what I'm saying?
MC Envy.
Yeah. In the early 90s, 91, around 93, I was that. But by the time he came out with Take It Easy, Sold by the Pound, all that shit, Relativity, I was a fan. But, man, can you tell me something about the making of that song? Amazing song, bro.
You know, I tell you something that, in general, that whole process in them albums was, I had a stack of equipment in my bedroom. We called it the Leaning Tower. because it just would tilt a little.
Right.
Just too much stuff.
Top heavy.
Right.
Yeah, I had too many records. I ain't had no bed in the bedroom in my mother's house, and I wouldn't be able to hear the songs or the beats put together because I had multiple machines. Like I was using SP1200s,
Right.
and it's 10 seconds. So early on, we was putting the drums in one and the music in another.
Right.
So it was tricky. I think on this one, this is when we first started being able to put it together. So I would lead the beats on his answer machine,
Mm-hmm.
and he would write to the answering machine.
Wow.
So I know him and Twilight Tone, who was my production partner back then, had come up with that concept, and I remember leaving that beat, and it was an experience because we would go to the studio and hear everything.
Right.
It
But you
wasn't-
didn't hear it like that
wasn't
at the
like-
house.
Yeah, it's like, all right, we got 12 songs.
And let's knock 'em out.
Knock them out.
Right.
In a couple days, you know. So
How much money we got? We got $1,500.
Right.
So I can't really say it was no amazing process because it was all like, man, it's gonna sound like that. Hold on, let me hear it. Why you say it to the? All right, cool. When we get there,
That's
Right.
an amazing process, though.
it is
Definitely.
It is in the sense of to get that result.
Yeah.
The thing is, okay, so it goes into the point that it's just the tools.
Yes,
Like you use the tools you got.
Right.
that's right.
If you're smart enough, if you're creative enough, if you care enough,
Mm-hmm.
you just go through the process. It's like, all right, shit, how much room you got on your answer machine?
Mm-hmm.
Like
Right.
Yeah. How many times you gonna rewind it before the tape?
Before the
pop?
tape pop. Wow. Yeah, nah, man. That's
so it's
That's
pressure,
crazy.
It's pressure to perform. Like, and then you get to the
100%.
studio, you got how much time based on how much money,
yeah.
Which wasn't a lot.
which was not a
Right. We used to
I
take
got
dues.
$1,500 for that beat, by the way.
Wow, $1,500 for that beat.
Yeah.
That's probably one of the greatest hip hop songs ever made.
So somebody
in my
paid you
opinion.
$1,500 to get that off. Is what happened.
Well, yeah, that's how I looked at it.
Yeah, that's
I wasn't, I didn't have no concept of.
Right. Well, so
Mogul, yeah.
question. So when you heard the concept of the song,
Mm-hmm.
you know what I'm saying, and how he delivered it. when you heard how he delivered it, did at any time did you think to yourself, damn, this is kind of dope. Like this shit might be special.
If you think about how the only reason, okay, this one thing I say about that record, when we did it, we was like, oh, that's amazing. When we put it out, it was like, yeah, that's cool.
It's cute.
That's cool. And then a couple people was like, no, that was great.
Right.
It took for things to happen
Right.
that was in the song for it to be amazing.
Become right.
Right? The fact that everything he said kind of
Happen.
took all form over the next 5 years all the way.
Right.
With no, then it just seemed
Nigga almost
prophetic.
looked like a prophet.
Yeah, it was like, damn.
So did it get bigger? What was that? What movie was that? Brown Sugar.
Brown Sugar,
Did they get big in that? Like, did it come back? Because I felt like
came back.
Yeah,
It just kept coming back because people started doing other versions of it.
Okay.
It was almost like the song that wouldn't die.
Yeah.
Because if you
They-
think
a
about it, it
classic is
was
what they called it.
Right.
then Erica had that,
Mm-hmm.
and then you had Homecoming, Kanye, which is
Right.
that, and so it was always
And then every time when B came out, then that brought back the common set.
yes.
Yeah.
So it just we didn't,
Right.
we was like, oh man, y'all like us now. We wasn't like, man, this is going down in history.
Right. Okay.
So it just took years, and then it was like, oh man, y'all really like it?
Y'all still like it?
Y'all 10
Man, that's a
years
hip
later,
hop. That's
y'all
a
like
hip
it?
hop classic, bro.
Look, man,
You got one of
and
the.
I wouldn't. I say there's certain songs that will give you 5 years to figure your life out.
Uh huh.
That was one of them for me.
Gotcha.
That gave me time to learn how to be a producer.
Dope. I ain't mad at that. I always wanted to know about that. And there's another question I always had. I used to always hear him say it in songs, and I never knew what it was. But I think it was a crew. It was UAC.
UAC.
What was
UAC?
UAC?
Un-American Caravan.
What?
The Un-American Caravan. UAC.
Okay.
So that was like
That's your
that was the
first-
neighborhood,
it's your first
neighborhood
crew.
homies. Yeah,
Right.
It was like
Right.
it really was the street homies that wanted to be involved in the
Right. in the rap game.
Yeah, if we want to call it street homies, really y'all homies
Yeah,
to
homies.
us.
Right,
but
right,
I'm
right.
just saying,
Y'all don't rap. Y'all
the way
do
we
other
was
shit.
really acting, we was out here moving like hooligans. So
Right.
it was a lot of that. And
Right.
back then, you just had to have a name for the crew.
Right. Bet.
Which
Okay.
is gonna lead into
Okay. Got you. KP,
Yeah.
before we get into your confession, I also have you were involved in one of my favorite songs of all time. I mean, which a lot of people have been, this song has touched people in a way that, people didn't see coming. It turned into an anthem that people didn't really think would be an anthem. But and I remember, I followed you for a while. I known you for a while, and I had no clue that you were involved in it at all. And then I think one day I was scrolling on the gram, like we always do, and I saw you with a Grammy, and it said Kendrick Lamar, all right. And that's when I was like, oh shit. Like, because I know you for A&R, I know you for connecting the dots, I know you for being in the game for a long time, all the way back to the face and this, that, and the third. So me, I checked the credits and I was like, damn, this nigga KP got a Grammy for all right. Like, oh shit, he a songwriter on all right. And then I saw the Roots songs that shook America, and you kind of talked about your involvement of it, and then I understood it. You know what I'm saying? Can you tell us about how that came about? Like just the creation of
So
your
weird to talk
involvement.
about that song. I don't know. It happened man, I don't even know how to talk about that song again. So Pharrell did this beat. And he had a hook, and he had a part of a hook,
Right.
and I interjected. He did some shit. He was like, "Oh, that actually works." Blah blah blah. A couple years later,
Right.
like maybe 3 years later, the song got to Kendrick with the hook, and I guess what Kendrick heard from it turned it into, what he did to it made
Right.
it important.
Mhm.
He said everything we wanted to hear. He even said, like it wasn't just "we gonna be all right." It was like, "I'm at the preacher's door, my gun might blow."
Right.
One way or another,
We gonna be all right, right.
It felt real. It didn't feel passive. But yeah, I don't know. I mean, shit, man. God, that's how it happened.
Dope, man. Listen, that's like it's just crazy that I got two people in here that are responsible for and had a hand in two of my favorite songs, like of all time. You know what I'm saying? Like of all time.
Man.
I'm grateful to that.
that's a compliment. It's a lot of songs.
Listen, man.
It's
It's
millions
a
and
lot of
millions
songs.
of songs.
Yeah, nah, yes.
I mean, listen, man.
And
that's
I'm
what
a
not
music
taken
lover.
lightly, and it's not taken lightly in that, because it's to be a part of something that even comes out. Like, think about how it's hard to get
Right.
songs out of your computer.
Right. Facts.
A lot of them in there.
So
Facts.
to be blessed enough to fuck around and be in the right place is amazing.
Dope. Okay. So Dion, you ready? The
I'm
name of
ready.
the show is Hip Hop Confessions.
Before
you
do
going
that,
first.
when did we meet?
Officially,
Yeah.
I feel like we in Atlanta. 'Cause
Ah.
I feel like it was through Jermaine
Okay. That works. I'm with that.
Shout JD.
one time. That's
ATL, ho.
Agree.
Damn, Chicago don't got a cool saying like that. Y'all don't got an ATL, ho.
Something about Joe, right?
We'll kill you.
Chill, nigga.
Jesus.
God damn.
Yeah,
Relax.
the irony of it.
Can we get into your hip hop
Yes, sir.
confession?
Yes, sir. Right, pause.
No ID.
Yes, sir.
Let the story begin.
Yes.
What is your hip hop confession?
My hip hop confession is
Oh shit. Can we go with the side?
it is that when I first started producing, you gotta remember, see, I got this thing called Everything Changed After Illmatic.
Okay.
That's the first album that made everybody go, oh, we could work with different producers
Right.
that ain't in the same crew
Right.
at the same time.
After
It can be-
Illmatic,
like, you can
it became
send a
cool
beat
to get
to
beats
somebody.
to someone else that was outside of your clique.
Because before that, I had no concept of giving Public Enemy a beat,
Right. Or
Trap
Pete
Up
Rock and
West,
CL Smooth.
Janet Jackson.
Right.
None of
Relegated
that.
to being a fan.
None. It was oh man, y'all doing that?
We doing this.
Mm-hmm.
So the we doing this was I felt like I was part of Common Sense then, Common.
Mm-hmm.
So the first time that I didn't willingly do a beat. Now mind you, I had turned down people once this changed.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I was like, people was coming to me like, yo, you got beats? You got beats for Biggie? You got beats for Ghost?
Like, no, I work with Common Sense,
no,
nigga.
what are
They
y'all
trying to
even
get
talking
our
about,
sauce.
man?
Right.
No, this is what, it's us.
Right.
So the first time I didn't do it is he came in and he was like, it was all based off of the Use of Love, and Ice Cube came back with the
He had an answer.
Bow Down.
What was it? Which one? Well, he had
It was
No,
West
Bow
Side
Down.
It
Connection.
was. You're right.
Connect Gang, Bing Big Bang.
Yeah. With
So-
Dub C, Mac
That's
10, Ice Cube.
So he dissed him. And I remember him coming by my house like, yo, man, I'm going to get him back, man.
Talking
But-
about Ice Cube.
Ice Cube.
Right.
I was looking at it, and it was like a smile. It wasn't
anger.
It wasn't like, man, I'm gonna fuck him up. It wasn't.
It was rapper like I'm in.
No, I was like, bro, look, I don't know, man. Do you mean this shit?
Right.
You're like, man, and I didn't like his response.
Okay.
I'm gonna say it like that. Keep it like that. And I said, man, I ain't doing this beat, man. I ain't got no.
So
parts
wait,
of
he
this
came to you to ask you to do a beat.
No, he was like, yo, I'm about to
get this nigga.
I'm
Let's
about to
rock.
get this
Do
and
this
check
with
these
me.
bars out. A bitch nigga with a name Q. I said, oh, hey, man.
Like Ice Cube.
Cube? Like Ice Cube.
From the world,
homie that
Cube, Cube.
right?
Right.
Not we scared Compton,
but it's like-
but you do realize he might have been offended at
what you
what
said.
we said.
And
the
I used to
record.
love her. Right.
You really gonna take it there? Because I'm listening to the lyrics and I'm like, my moral compass just shan't allow me to do this beat. And that was the first beat
Moral compass.
that I did not do for him, because he had worked with the B Nuts, he had worked with, remixes was a thing,
Right.
But
y'all was on Relativity, so the Beat Nuts made sense. Everybody was on Relativity.
Yeah, and they was like mentors for me.
Right.
Keeping it 100.
Shout Psycho Les Juju.
I just it didn't sit right with me, and I said, man, I ain't doing it.
Wow.
And I'm happy I didn't, because we get the Pete Rock version.
The bitch in you.
The bitch in you.
Yes, he did an answer.
Yes. So I'm happy I didn't, but I really turned my back on him on that one.
Yeah.
Wow.
I really was like,
That was
I ain't with you on that, bro. You on your own on that one. That ain't 100 right there.
But I don't.
Because you got to mean it for me to go. Because guess
Right.
what? It could get for real.
It could. In those days.
And everybody we was around
was
wasn't
in those days.
not playing. And
Right.
when they saw each other, it wasn't like, oh, it's just rap. It was like, what's happening? What's good?
Right. Bro, I remember looking in the source of something and seeing like somebody had contacted. I think this might have been the first time that somebody had contacted Minister Farrakhan because
Yeah.
Chicago to connect. Like he was like, no, I'm gonna sit down and talk to these two brothers. Like it's somewhere it's a picture of that. Like
So the whole time I'm like, man.
yeah, that Joan Jake it's janky, KP.
And I'm like, come on, man. This what we doing?
Right.
Do anything for clout? Is that what it is?
So his response didn't seem like he
It
was.
just didn't feel like
I got you.
it didn't warrant the
Right.
response to me.
Right.
You know, give him a bar or something. Give him
Right.
You know,
Tap him
I
real
get
quick.
it.
Tap in, but
But
you ain't got
you about to
I get it.
Nah, man.
Common.
I love Cube, man.
Right.
You know.
Yeah.
Hey, man.
And it's crazy to look at Common and Cube then and Common and Cube now.
Come on, man.
You know what I'm saying? Like, they was really, damn, I'm trying to think of that lyric because he said, what did he say? She broke to the West Coast and that was cool.
right around the time on the way to school.
Now she's a gangster rolling with gangster bitches.
That's right.
Wow. And them niggas was like, fuck you, nigga.
Mad cause I'm fucking her. Pussy whip, bitch. That was strong now.
Yeah.
But it wasn't a whole song.
But it wasn't even strong. It was cute.
Right.
It was cute. But then when he got to the St. Eyes and bean pies in the same sentence, I'm like, hey, my man. Hey. I love hip hop, man.
Come on, No I.D. Shout out.
Hey, bro, man. Come on, man.
You got your explaining.
Yeah, man. Listen.
Wow. So your hip hop confession is you turned Common down to do the beat, to do the response to Ice Cube. Yeah. For the
I've
bitch
been good at that type of stuff in my life. I like turning down things. I don't care about the money.
Right. I can dig that. Yeah. I can dig that. And you can look at yourself in the mirror every day because you didn't do the bitch in you.
For the wrong reason.
For the wrong reason. I get you.
It just sometimes you just take stands,
I get you. It makes sense. Yeah. It makes sense. Yeah, I ain't mad at that at all. But I never knew that though. That's crazy. And he already had the whole rhyme written. He was ready.
No, he was like, you can tell by this, he was ready, like excited, like, right?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, nah, he was like,
I'm about to get this
look,
nigga.
I'm gonna keep it a buck. He was really like, man. I said, but do you mean it? He's like, man.
It's an op.
It's an opportunity, man.
Right.
And I said, no, man, I just ain't in there. Because that's when, to me,
right,
it could go wrong for the opportunity.
Right, because you ain't just rapping against a nigga that's just you just
that's
rapping.
not where I'm from.
Right.
That ain't how I'm going to go.
Right.
If we going to go, we going, or we ain't going.
Right.
It really ain't nothing.
Right. We talking about hip hop.
Yeah.
And and the fact that you told him, you think what you said might have offended the nigga?
Possibly.
Like, you know what I mean?
No, it was a whole conversation, and I'm like, it might have been the beginning of the ending of us. Like, that was like probably the first time it wasn't me and him.
Right.
Or me and Tone.
Right.
Right. Because even that next album turned into, okay, here come the Roots, here come the
right.
other things.
Right.
And the truth is, even that third album, I did most of them beats at the end of the album. We wasn't really working the beginning of that third album.
Right.
And it was a little bit like me being like, oh, you can do it without me? Go ahead then.
Right.
You got it?
Right.
Even though I had no idea what I was going to do in life I'm like.
Like, you're in Chicago and that's common.
Yeah.
Right.
But it was definitely.
And at that point, you're probably legit working with the biggest artists, the biggest rap artists out of Chicago. Because in the early 90s, it was for me, it was him and Crucial Conflict, and that was it.
Now you had Do or Die, you had Twister.
Oh yeah, Twister.
But when you think about mainstream, like
I'm thinking about Backpack Me,
hop, like
Virginia hip hop. That's all I was listening to.
Oh no, yeah.
I won't listen to Pope Pimp. Yeah. Like,
I'm saying they was big.
Right.
That's all I'm saying. We was.
I love them little funny moving ass niggas. I used to love that song though.
But I think them kind of records, like in the cities that they're from, are like huge records.
Yeah.
Like my favorite record of all time is this record in Atlanta from this dude named Yola the Great.
Yeah.
Yola the Great.
Yeah, Ain't Gonna Let Up.
Ain't Gonna Let Up.
That's my favorite record of all time. It's better than every song to me.
Right.
All time.
And I've seen you play. I've heard you play it in your sets, and I see how your whole energy go up when you play that song. I've seen it.
Like,
yeah,
it's my spirit animal.
Right. Nah,
but
that's a dope ass record.
Local, but it's a local hero record.
Right.
Like that's what Pope Pimp. Like those records seem like. In that
no,
time,
but you gotta know, man. That was going like gold and platinum. We was still like.
We still in the trenches.
Yeah, we wasn't making no money. They was making money. They was making hits. I was like, and we was kind of looking at each other. That's what the third album really embodied. Like, hey man, we need some hits, man. Go on, get Lauryn Hill on this, get Erica. Let's get everything we could get together.
You did Retrospect for Life too, right?
I did.
Oh man,
that was a dope record. That was another time that he touched the nerve as an MC that a lot of people wouldn't have talked about. You know what I'm saying?
Well, I'm gonna just do the short one on that too.
Okay.
Because it ain't a guilty What do you call it? A guilty
confession.
But the funny thing is, we really thought Erica was gonna do retrospect, and Lauren would have did something like the All Night Long record. And through that session, we had a whole nother version of retrospect that I did with this guy Spike Rebel, and I was like, man, it ain't right.
It ain't it.
And I remember Lauren being like, "What you mean it ain't it? It is it." I was like, she was like, "Who are you to say it ain't it?" I was like,
The producer?
The producer of the record. She was like, man, I like it. We using this. And I was like, man, get James Poison in here. Like, bring him in here. Get him on that train from Philly to New York. We was in New York. And that's how she met James Poison, who then worked on Miseducation.
Wow. And she didn't want to change the song.
She didn't want to change. And then she got with him and was like, oh, yeah, this is nice.
Oh, this nigga,
Then
this is nice.
tucked him off to the side and was,
Right. Wow. Yeah, that's a confession in itself.
Yes.
You almost didn't meet the nigga that made your biggest project.
100%.
Wow.
I ain't gonna say he made the project, but he made some jams.
He made some jams on there. Shout out James Poison. That's the homie.
Right.
Yeah, one time. Wow. Thank you. Thank you, No I.D.
Couple things, man.
Yeah.
Been around a little bit.
Yeah, you have. You have.
Light then.
No, it ain't.
I usually don't do confessions. But I mean, this, it's a special occasion to have y'all two in here. I don't know how y'all might feel about it, but I'm gonna put it out there. So I want to say it's 2000, right? It's somewhere around in 2000. I'm on Rock. It's 2002 because it might have been the first year that the Wrap Up came out. And I did this song called Crew Deep. High Tech did the beat. Missy wrote the hook and had Candy recorded. Missy didn't. I'm thinking the vocals gonna come back with Missy. I got a song with Missy. Right, yeah. The song comes back with Candy. Right? I'm like, okay, all right, Escape is over. You know what I mean? But I'm like, it's Missy. That's how Missy heard it. I'm gonna leave it as is. Right? So the song starts doing what it's doing. I get a remix. And I finally put the Missy vocals on the remix. I put the Clips on the remix, and I had Pharrell on the remix. So it's me, Pharrell, the Clips, and Missy. So I called it the VA remix of Crew Deep. Song starts picking up because this, what I'm saying, like niggas doing their thing. It's a lot of Virginia artists on this shit.
All of it.
The song starts bubbling in the Bay, right? I don't know why. I'm getting calls from Big Von, and I don't know none of these people. So the record rap, this dude named Ben Willis, says, yo, we got to go out the Bay. You got to do radio. I said, all right, man. He's like, I said, well, shit, we going to get a show or something? He's like, I'm going to try to get some shows, and you know what I'm saying? But this shit popping in the Bay. Like, look at your spins. I'm like, okay, I understand the game. So we go to the Bay. We go to the Bay, and somebody hit Big Von and say, yo, E40 want to get on your record. He fuck with it. And I was like, absolutely not. Right? All I knew from E40 was Sprinkle Me Man, and that might have been it. I hated E40. Hated him, right? Okay, and I'm in the Bay.
So let me explain to you, first of all, while in the middle of this, just as a bookmark, right? E40 is one of the most amazingly good people, good human beings in the world.
Peep how the story go. Peep how the story go. We go to the Bay. We in the Bay. We doing the radio, this and third. They like, yo, E40 want to hop on your shit. I'm like, absolutely not. And I'm with my DJ and my road manager. I'm like, nigga, I'm not doing a song fucking E40, nigga. Like, fuck out of here. They like, Skillz, trust me. I'm like, no. We in the Bay for 4 days. Second day, he come to my room, sit down on the other bed. I'm in a double room. Like, Skillz, listen, I know you don't fuck with him, but nigga, think. He's the king of the Bay. If he get on your record, your spins gonna fucking quadruple here. You might fuck around and have a Bay hit. I said, nigga, I am never doing a fucking song with E fucking 40. You out your fucking mind, right? Day number 3, we go out to eat. Big Von like, yo, man, 40 wanna get on your record. I said, man, and I look at Ben like, nigga, I done told you, nigga. Like, don't bring this shit up no more. It's a DJ named E-Rock from out there. He on the radio and he fuck with 40. He doing it live at 5. I do the mix, quick. I do the, interview, quick freestyle. We going to the club that night. He said, man, Skillz, hey, listen, 40 want to meet you, bro. I'm like, I don't fuck with E40.
On top of the fact that he's one of the nicest people in the world,
Here's the thing. Here's the thing.
E40 in the Bay. Go.
They say, man, listen, E-Rock said, hey, bro, listen, bro. Just come with me. Cause he just want to meet you and shit. We just roll out. You know what I'm saying? Just go out to his crib and shit, in Vallejo or somewhere like.
White House.
I'm like, man. I'm like, all right, man. I'm like, all right, nigga, whatever. Like, fuck. Like, I already got a little slimmy. I'm trying to get back to the city too. All this, I don't want to meet this nigga at all.
Young pretty rapper nigga shit.
Right? We ride out to this house. I pull up. It's a big ass white house with a white gate. And it's a green old Volvo in the circle and I'm sitting there looking like, I'm like, then this nigga got this big ass house and this old ass Volvo in the driveway and shit. I'm like, damn, this shit dope though. Like the house is immaculate, right? I rap too, but I don't have this, right? I walk into the house.
Indoor pool table, outdoor pool table.
I walk into the house. Everything is white. Everything in his living room. I walked past a picture. I never forget this picture. It was a picture of Muhammad Ali and Michael Jackson when Michael Jackson was little. Michael Jackson might have been 8 or 9 years old. They both got on tuxedos, so they had to be at some kind of award show, some kind of function. Muhammad Ali is holding his fist up to Michael Jackson's face, and Michael Jackson looks horrified. I've never seen this picture nowhere else. Amazing picture. This nigga, the picture's huge in his living room. White piano, white carpet. And I'm like, damn. I'm like, this, I'm like sick with it. This nigga balling, right? He comes out. He comes out. He comes out and he walks up to me. He says, Cuzzo, what's up with you, Cuzzo? And I'm like, what's up? Oh, man, hey, that thing you got, man, that thing is goddamn slopping. You got a motherfucking banger, cuz. Like this nigga's talking to me, and I'm sitting in E40. I'm sitting here looking at him, and I'm like, all right, I'm gonna be respectful because I'm in his house, like, and he seems like a cool dude. So he like, yo, man, come on around, man. My homeboy's got some beats playing. Hey, cuzzo, you got a slapper, cuz. Like, niggas just talking to me. Studio in the house. I go in there, be legit in there. You know what I'm saying? He got an engineer in there, and my DJ starts. You know, he's like, yo, you a DJ? He's like, yeah. He's like, you do production? He was like, yeah, I make beats. He's like, hey, cuz, throw something in the goddamn deck. Like, come on, cuz. So he comes and he brings us these big ass jugs of Rossi. Carlos Rossi. So he was like, hey, cuz, hey, slop on this right here. This shit right here is finagle. Like, and I'm just sitting here and I'm going, damn, I fuck with this nigga's vibe. Right? I'm in his house, no shoes on, and we in the studio. And
my at the door.
My DJ starts playing beats. So he playing beats, 40 like, oh, this cool, you know what I'm saying? Some East Coast shit. It's a little heavy on the East, but it's cool. You got something else? So he playing some more joints. He get to this one joint that my DJ ended up it won't even his beat. It was Jake one beat. The nigga sold it to G Unit, but that's a whole nother story. But he plays it, and it's a West Coast bop. It's just bop. And this nigga E40 goes, hey, this shit right here? Like, this shit right here, cuz? This is a motherfucking boingo. Like, the way this nigga is talking. And I'm just, because I remember it like it happened yesterday, KP. So he's like, hey, sip on that Rossi, cuz, you know. And I'm like, man, I don't even drink. He's like, hey, listen, bro. Hey, take this right here. It's easy. It tastes like Kool-Aid, bro. Like, fuck with that shit. So we drinking and shit. I don't know that this Rossi gonna creep up on you. This nigga has it in jugs. We playing the beat. E40 come up with a hook. And I'm sitting here going, this shit kind of rocking, nigga. Like, I got some drink in me. I don't even drink. I got some Rossi in me. 40 keep repeating his hook. He go in and cut the hook. The hook's cut. And he like, hey, man, Skillz, I know you gonna slap on this thing, brother. And I'm sitting there like, I'm about to do a song with E40. Like, I didn't know this was gonna happen, but I'm really about to do a song with E40.
Willingly.
I pull out my two-way, go to my notes, you know what I mean? I start writing me a little jam. I go in, spit my verse, I come out, him and Be Legit like, cuzzo! Whoa, wait, that Rossi got you right, Brody. Like, the way this, and I'm like, this nigga is making me feel like fucking Michael Jackson in his house. Like, nigga, it was the best. We might have cut like 2 songs, maybe 3, just at least hooks. And I left at like 4 in the morning. My road manager gets pissy drunk off of the fucking Rossi. He's done. He in the corner sleep. Me and my DJ still vibing. We leave at like 4 in the morning. E-Rock comes back and picks us up. And I'm leaving his house. I'm on the highway going back to the hotel. And the first thing that popped in my mind, I said, when I get home, back to Virginia, if one of them niggas say something sideways about E40, I'm going to slap. That was the nicest nigga I ever met in my life. To this day, if you say something bad about E40, I might get offended because he's a cool ass nigga. And I was so dead set against it.
Give it up for E40.
Hey,
Give it up for growth. Give it up.
Yes, for growth.
Yeah, there we go. I'm with
For
that.
growth.
I'm with that.
'Cause E40
Give it up
is
for Skillz.
That's what I mean. The growth, man. Like in the moment.
Super, and I'm glad you interjected because I was so against it, and he was a super nice guy. And I don't know where the songs are, but
It's a shame.
yeah, it is. But
You know the thing, the biggest miss about this whole shit is that you didn't get him on Cruella.
I didn't get him on the actual song, and we made some other shit that was even better.
You
And
didn't even put him.
I ain't even put him out, but I learned. It was a good day. Shout out E40, man. He's a super cool dude, man. I'll never forget that picture of Muhammad Ali and Michael Jackson. Super
I
dope
want to
picture.
see that.
Super dope picture.
40, if you're listening,
Yeah, 40 if you're listening.
You listening?
I want to see that.
KP,
Yo,
you next up to bat, brother.
my confession, huh?
I need to know.
Mine isn't all salacious like shit. Like, no, I did have the dope shit. Like my shit's just regular as fuck. It's like rap confessions. Like
And we have those too.
okay.
You know what I mean?
Like, and I don't even know.
But I'm
how,
gonna dig in with whatever you say.
No,
We
I'm
gonna
just
see.
because what it is, I don't even know how serious this is. I understand that what I'm thinking and feeling is my own feeling, right?
Right.
Based on how music appeals to me.
Right.
So I guess my confession is that I am just not a fan of Eminem music.
Marshall Mathers.
Yeah, like I can appreciate that he is an incredible MC with a skill level that is like, you know, it's MC Olympics level
Yes.
rapping,
Right.
but I don't care what he's rapping about. It doesn't connect. So my confession is I've never listened to a Eminem. I've never listened to Eminem on my own.
Right.
I've never listened to a whole Eminem album.
It had to either be in the vicinity or on TV or
MTV, Yellow Wolf,
right.
you know, like
Right.
yeah, that's what I get. Yeah.
Wow. And you know what's crazy? You're right in the level of rap Olympics. You know what I'm saying?
That nigga can put some syllables in a place.
I have never heard anybody. Me and you was just talking about this the other day.
'Cause
I've
you
never
bring
heard
up the,
what?
what do you always bring up?
I've never heard anybody manipulate
Jay-Z,
vowels.
The song with Jay-Z.
Manipulate vowels in the way that he does.
Yeah, I mean, cause it's almost like the beautiful mind of syllables. It's
Yes.
like, I can fit this many in here clearly.
Clearly. Now I will say
And make
this:
them rhyme
when I
and
hear
to the
him,
point.
when I used to hear him back in the day, it was always I knew he had an affinity for words, wordplay, and I knew that whatever I was hearing from him was probably the closest as it could get to perfect as he could find. And if it took him a month to write that 16, it's just gonna take a month. Like, niggas don't take that kind of time. Niggas go in the booth, spit some shit, and walk out. Like, I realize that when I'm hearing his syllables and how he put words together, it probably ain't no other word that's gonna fit in that space because he tried it already and it didn't work.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
he,
no, he's a technician, like
a
and
very
I'm
technician.
blessed in the sense that I've seen him work right? Because I'm like I'm blessed to see a bunch of genius level work. So
Yes, you
so
are.
I get to see okay, that's what you did. Okay, cool.
Right.
Like, but he really does. He like superhero level. Like, he's dissecting. It's like he works this shit like a scientist almost.
Yeah.
But how do you feel about where hip hop is? That can you have this opinion? I mean, I know you can.
Of course.
Yeah, what the fucking
But-
pain I want. Like,
Right.
I'm sorry, but go ahead.
Huh?
I'm sorry.
I'm just. I'm saying, are we allowed to say things like this?
That
feel
we
like
don't like certain
I
things,
feel
yes.
like it got weird around the idea of like like hating
right.
because it took away the idea
Yeah,
of you
are
having
you
your own
hating?
opinion. No,
Absolutely
It's
not.
It's-
And how KP is, I get it all the time. I'm sitting here with a nigga from Atlanta, like who has worked closely with, you know what I'm saying, probably one of the greatest rap duos of all time. And I still get flack for not listening. He even told me the other day, he's like, yeah, nah, nigga, you tripping. I still get flack for not listening to a whole Outkast album.
No, so I'm just playing devil's advocate.
Okay.
So I'm saying, like, who what's your favorite song?
ain't gonna let up.
Ain't
Yo,
gonna
look
let
great.
up. YOLO the Great. Is that boom 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 boom?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that song is.
Ain't gonna hell yeah. To me, that song was
No,
jamming.
my taste is still gonna be the shit.
Yeah.
Like it's like the best ghetto record. Like,
That
not
record
even ghetto.
was good.
It's
I
like
ain't gonna lie.
it's inspirational.
Yeah.
Like to me, it's gospel.
So again, I'm just challenging. Is it better than Stan?
As what?
As a just your taste, opinion.
Yeah.
I'm just spicing the conversation.
Right.
I'm saying
you know.
yeah.
He's saying he answering your question.
To you, no.
to me,
I'm
absolutely, 'cause
just.
I can't. Like I don't. Stan isn't applicable to my life.
Right.
Okay.
So, but
Dude,
Ain't gonna let up is.
Like,
Duly noted.
the hook, the ad lib for the hook is. I ain't got no fuck it. It's an amazing song, man. Like, fuck it, man.
It
it's
is.
the best-
Shout YOLO the Great.
You know, I forgot. You
He's
know,
in
my
jail.
Atlanta
He ain't
days.
too real, but you know.
He in jail.
Oh shit. Well, hopefully he'll hear
Hold your
this.
head up.
Hold your head up. Keep your head up, young man. Yeah. So, I mean, for me with M, for me, KP stupid. For me, you know what it is. For me, I feel like as a listener and as a fan,
How do you feel about what he said? That's what
I understand it.
But what?
But what do you feel?
Okay, so I'm not tripping. I'm not
mean?
tripping over it. And I on piggybacking on what KP said. Now, early Eminem.
So he
true.
basically, I think he was trying to. What he was segueing is like he feel me like that's how he feel about Outkast. Except that's crazy. But go ahead.
Right.
Is that what you had?
What? No.
Oh, okay.
I'm saying for me, no, because they sick of hearing that. They just like,
Wait,
nigga,
did
listen
you
to the
say that?
Outkast. I've said
You said
that was
a
the
lot.
first time.
Oh, this is the first time I ever heard this.
The first time I said this was in 2010.
What did you say?
That I never listened to a whole
you
Outkast.
still
album.
haven't.
If they didn't have a video
you
for it,
did
I don't know
in
the song.
Conversation the other day,
Right? So
You did get mad when 3 Stacks popped up in the top 5.
in your top 5.
Yeah.
Wasn't in mine. Now going back to the Eminem thing, I will
Shout
say
out 3 Stacks.
that
We did.
early Eminem, Marshall Mathers, the Eminem Show, this, that, and the third. Later Eminem, for me, the wordplay was still there, right?
Right,
The,
it's still rap.
the rapidy rap Olympics was still there.
Be rapping.
What turned me off was the nigga always sounded so mad. Cause I was like, nigga, you
Rich
rich.
now.
Why you so mad? I didn't get it.
See, but that goes into like I think that's cultural. That's like that place where okay shit like after you ready to die you got it. It's like shit life after death is this shit like
Right.
it's like aspiration and all that shit kicks in for us. So
Right. It
But you
kicks
like
in.
Ready to Die more than Life
I
After
like
Death.
Ready to Die more than Life After Death. Because I feel like if Life After Death had half of the songs on it, it would be a classic album. I feel like it had too many. But I do feel this way about Big. I felt that on Ready to Die, you got I don't give a fuck who you were. If you liked hip hop and if you like the jiggy shit, we got you. If you like that underground boom bap shit, I got you. You want that Bone Thugs flip shit, I got you. Like he covered so many bases in 2 albums. You want that player shit? I got you. You want that song about bitches? I got you. Like, I've never seen a nigga do all of that and did it all good.
Well, no, I would go great, but like he was a 360 MC. Like,
Yes.
Like, and I think that's the part. Like, so, whereas Eminem is a dope lyricist, a dope acrobatic MC. Like, you can't take away that shit, right?
At all.
But I don't know them people.
Right.
Like, I don't know those situations, and it doesn't apply in the car with me. So that's why it's like it goes into like it's not, you know, I just never had the opportunity that made sense to listen to it.
I mean, he is one of the only people that ever walked on Jay-Z though. He walked all over Hov on Renegade.
He says this all the time.
Sorry, Dion.
What you sorry Dion for?
I mean, I know that's your man, but
Is that what we doing?
I'm just saying.
Like, damn, like this is a different kind of podcast. Shit.
Nah. But I tell you the 2 times that he stood out to me on Dead Wrong with Biggie,
Ooh.
Eminem. When I heard Dead
verse.
Wrong, I don't remember the verse.
So nigga didn't work.
You know what, KP? It was so intricate I can't repeat it.
All right. Shit
But
didn't work.
but on
Fuck it.
Renegade,
Shit didn't work.
Like
on Renegade, no. On Renegade, Jay was rapping. On Renegade, Eminem sounded like somebody was playing an instrument. That was the difference between him, and they connected. Since I'm in the position to talk to these kids and they listen, I ain't no politician, but I kick it with, like, it sounded like somebody was playing chords when that nigga started rapping. And I was like, oh, this different.
Yeah, and the thing is, he knows every note that he's hitting. That's
Right. Like, the niggas are...
he did kill that.
Killed it.
He killed that.
Killed it. Now, what was you about to say? Because it seemed like you.
Nothing.
It seemed like you were saying,
Ain't
"Oh,
gonna
this
get
what
me
we
on this
doing."
mic saying that.
So I'm sorry, I was going back. So you still haven't listened to entire Outkast album since then?
And somebody sent me all of them. You know what? I listened to a Criminal one day. I listened to a Criminal one day. I felt like I sat there and I listened to it, but I felt like I missed the time that I should have been listening to it, so it didn't hit me in the same way. I felt like I was like I missed the boat on this one. You know what I mean?
How, Sway?
I'm like,
It's because it seemed like it was a time. What year did the Criminal come out?
I don't remember all this shit.
Stop that, man.
No,
I'm asking. What, 97, 98?
Let me think. Criminal was third. I feel like that was.
I don't know what year.
90.
It was definitely before 2000.
It was like 98.
Right. So
98 gonna be them. Yeah. 98.
Yeah.
99.
yeah, 98 gonna be the year all
96
y'all
gonna be
players
the-
constantly
that's
biting.
96. That's ATL. So
Okay.
yeah, 98.
So
You didn't even never listen to that.
I
don't
didn't.
know what to say.
I didn't.
I mean, you know, some
mean,
people
but you
ain't
heard
seen.
I heard all the
Some people ain't seen The Godfather either.
I get it, man.
I ain't seen The Godfather.
You ain't seen The Godfather?
No.
This makes sense. Didn't see I just tapped on that without
you like
even
the
knowing.
dude that I don't care what they say. I ain't never watching that bullshit.
No,
I don't know why
no,
they so hyped about it.
not at all.
Oh.
Not at all. I like what I like.
But
So you don't like The Godfather?
You don't know you don't like it. Like what you mean?
I listened to Criminal. It didn't blow me
I
away.
ain't talking about that. I'm talking about The Godfather now.
Oh, you talking about the movie?
Yeah.
And I ain't listened to it back then. I mean, I ain't watch it. It's
Did
plenty
you
of
watch
things
it
I
yet?
ain't watched. I haven't watched it yet.
Yeah.
It's plenty of things. There's a few things out here that could get my black card revoked. I just watched The 5 Heartbeats this year.
Ooh. Okay. I mean, whatever, man. Look, I'm not.
I mean, this explains a lot. I am now beginning to understand.
I still never
you
seen The
better.
Color Purple.
Listen, I'm not going to.
Listen,
Did
I
you see
can't-
Roots?
Yes.
Okay.
I can't be no worse than Kwame. Kwame never saw Friday or Boys in the Hood.
I mean, you can't be pulling people in who ain't in it.
This shit way bigger than me.
Hey, I'm gonna tell you a funny story. I got a homie named Reg. He's just marketing genius dude, and he was when we grew up. He was kind of Kanye's fashion.
Consultant.
Yeah, I don't know.
Partner, homie.
No, what's the word they look? Muse.
Okay, Muse.
Yeah, and
Like he
teacher.
fresh.
Yeah, I want to be fresh like him.
Got you.
And I remember one day he was like, "Man, the internet, man, destroyed fashion." I said, "I don't know what you mean." He's like, "Man, you can't get nothing without everybody else getting it at the exact same time, and there's no time to have nothing."
Right.
He said, "So you know what I'm gonna do?" And every day I saw him after that, he had all vintage clothing. He never wore nothing that wasn't vintage.
Yeah, that you
He'll
had-
be
you had-
like,
you had to
man,
go
it's a
find it."
story to this. It's a story to
Right,
everything.
right.
So the funny thing was, a couple of years ago, we was working on a project, and he was like, I never heard Drake. I said, come on, man. How you ain't never heard, you never heard it at all? He said, I never heard Drake. I mean, I'm talking about, this might be 2016, 2017. I'm like, come on, bro. Where are you?
How you figure that out? How you work that out?
Yeah, I don't know.
He's everywhere.
You
How
don't
do
listen
you?
to reggaeton, you don't listen to reggae, you don't listen to
I'm like, come on, man.
Pop
I
radio,
promise you.
hip hop, rap.
He's like, I just said certain stuff ain't for me, man. I ain't never heard NWA album.
Oh
I
yeah,
said,
nah,
come
you
on,
wild.
man. And he's a hip hop head, by the way.
That's insane.
kinda.
So here's the
Yeah,
fun,
kinda.
the punchline of the story. One day, he's like, Dion, the other day I got in the car with my girl, and she put Drake on. Man, I finally heard it, and he's like, and I get it. I was like, wow, okay.
Like a new world opened up.
He's like, oh, I get what
Like,
he's doing. I get who he's talking to. I said, hey man,
I know them.
yeah.
Right, I know them.
So it is. I do understand you not seeing certain things, but you're taking it a little too far.
It's only weird because he's from Virginia. Like if you were from Jersey, Philly, not even no. If you were from Pittsburgh,
Right,
like it's some places that you could have got away from the Outkast shit.
right.
But Virginia kind of like was like one of the sweet spots.
Mm-hmm.
That's amazing. Like
Yeah.
you like your raps, you like your own raps. That's what that is.
Come on, KP, chill.
That's what it is. I mean, I'm just saying.
Nah, he said
It's fair.
He put
You didn't like E40
he put
either.
Redman away.
Right, I didn't like
And
E40 either.
What I get is,
And he was one of the
just
nicest
means that
people
you
I
were
ever
focused
met.
on what you were doing.
Yes.
He put Redman to what in his top 5 albums?
Did I? I just said I like the album. No. You right. No, you right.
Put
You
him in
right.
the top 5
You right. I ain't gonna back up
What
off
was,
of that.
okay, what was on that?
Time for some action.
Time for some action. Okay.
Press rewind if I haven't blown your mind. I don't think he got a
get it.
third single.
Was Superman Lover on that?
Yes.
Okay, that's good.
Yeah. I mean, Dion tried
But
to
I'm
throw
just
me
saying-
under the bus for
But
that.
I'm only saying like, but again,
Top 5?
But it goes in.
you know.
That's what I'm saying. Listen, man.
I'm just saying, if you
Everybody
ain't gonna
takes-
listen to
my shit
Outkast
fluctuates.
and then
Your taste.
say that, that's the only reason I'm gonna have to.
But you act
get
like
to
you act like
that.
anything else. You act like when I said paid in full, you like, oh, okay, nah, I don't feel you on that. Or if I say fucking criminal minded, you like, oh, or Illmatic, you like, nah. I had one out of the 4 that was questionable to you.
Nah, ain't
What was your
questionable
5?
to me.
I don't even remember.
Okay, good, because I don't know mine either.
Right, like
It's Die Line.
top
Die
5.
Line.
Yeah, top 5.
Okay,
I want to say Ready to Die, Illmatic. They was all
I got it. I can pull it up if you want me to.
nigga. You saved my top 5 albums in your phone.
Man, you don't know. You don't know what you're dealing with.
we got a chat going. I don't delete the chat.
Oh yeah, you don't. Jesus
I
Christ.
should.
Shut up.
Things.
Shut up.
Man. Chats can go wild.
Listen, man. I want to thank both of y'all for coming through. This is probably one of my favorite episodes. I didn't think I could get both of y'all in the room at the same time, and I did it. It's pretty dope.
We do this
Anyway, yeah.
This is a normal conversation. We spend hours doing this.
Oh, listen, man. This has been Hip Hop
Just wait.
Confessions.
LeBron
get more
James.
It can get way more interesting with these mics off. That's all.
Yes, and I'm sure it
You want
will.
to end this by saying LeBron James?
Are you done?
Man, this guy.
Are you done?
That's all I need to say.
Y'all can
Dominique
follow Dion. I don't even know if Dion want followers. Don't follow
I don't.
Dion. He don't want you to know none of his IG.
Look for me.
KP is KP the Great on everything. I believe.
That's just my name. It's Kawan Prather. That's my government name.
Kawan Prather.
I ain't
Listen,
hiding from nobody.
AKA KP the Great. Man, thank y'all so much, man, for coming through. I appreciate
Thank you
y'all.
for having us, bro. Like,
Yeah, anytime.
Like, anything we do to
Anytime.
support each other, man. Let's
Yeah,
do that.
whatever y'all need. You already know.
All right.
So Dion, you gonna give me that song later, or
I'm not.
go from that to that?
Anything
Listen.
we can do except that.
This has been Hip Hop Confessions, because everybody got one. Peace.